Okay. We're here. It's finally here. Well, we're still here. Should have sit in the queue for half a minute. Zelda. Aww. I got this. It says Moe flavor on it. I'll probably change that or something. But I finally got that lingerie set. I was like, yes. Hey, what's up, Zero? How are you? Alright, I'm hype. Alright, Zelda, I need you to scooch back like an inch. There we go. Sha. Okay. I forgot that was here. Oh no. Can I get back over there? Probably. Don't bite me. I forgot that I was taking pictures of my Warrior of Light, to which I do not need to be wearing that. There we go. I'm having art made of my wool. No, wait. I went the wrong way. I clicked the wrong thing. I'm a dummy. That's all. Yeah. It worked. Yeah, it's part of a set that I was looking into getting and purchasing, and I did finally. Zelda, no pushing buttons on my microphone, please. Thank you. Okay. What did you... Here. One treat. I'm actually going to phase out of those treats and probably get her something without chicken in them. I think she actually has a chicken allergy. A mild one, or a chicken intolerance of sorts. Yeah. I know chicken's tasty, but I think it's giving you upset tummies. Please don't rub on Zelda. Please. Sorry, guys. There we go. Man, oof, I may have to go back through that. Hold on, let me see. Yes. Think I can just, yes, thank God. I do not have to go through that again. Spicy. Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
I must admit, I am deathly curious to know how a void gate came to be hidden in the depths of these ruins.
To tell that tale, we must first peer far to the south, and even further into memory. An age 5 millennia passed when the Algan Empire sent an invading force to the shores of Merasidia. The southern people rallied around the commanding figures of Bahamut and Tiamat and fought fiercely to repel the would-be conquerors. With Bahamut's defeat, however, the tide turned against them. Desperate to seize any advantage, the Mercidians resorted to summoning primal entities.
We're gonna have to fight those, aren't we?
In response, Emperor Zande forged a covenant with the Cloud of Darkness, sovereign among the all-devouring denizens of the Void. Thus bolstered by icons on one side and Voidsent on the other. The two armies clashed in a battle of unspeakable carnage. So much death, so much loss.
Hey, thank you so much for the, whoopsies. Thanks so much for the raid there on Topsy Turvy. Thank you so much. What were you playing? The good one held us hostage once again. Amazing. Did you have a good time? Hold on, I can do this. Because I can... Rune Factory. Oh, that's right. Working your Rune Factory magics. It's good. Good shit. Wait, Zelda, you want a treat? Ugh. Weef. Oh my god. Desperate for treats. You are not that hungry. There you go. Okay.
I consider myself well versed in that period of history, yet you speak as one who witnessed it happen.
Well, bro, he's a fucking dragon. Of course he witnessed it. He's kind of there when everything kind of blew up. Or he was around when the things blew up, essentially. Let me also make sure... Ears. Cat ears! Hold on, I have to double check that all my sound settings are. Yes, yes, they are. Hold on. Also... Good. I think we're good. Yes. Okay. Making sure. Just audio stuff always gets a little tricky. Okay. Cat ears. Yes. Yeah, they're from like the Cyber Cat lingerie set from Moe Flavor. I was like, yeah. They're a lot less violently yellow than I thought they would be. There we go. Danger cat. Nap time. Lots of kisses for Zelda. Don't worry, I gave her lots of kisses. Don't worry.
Indeed, I did. I heard Tiamat's roar of defiance and sped toward that war-torn land. Along with my sibling, Ashdaya.
Oh shit.
We dragons are not male or female as men are wont to classify, but elder sister is the closest a mortal tongue can come to describing what she meant to me.
Huh.
I was the last of our brood to hatch, and Ashdaya cared for me where my sire could not. Thus I was with her when Tiamat roared. I was with her when she journeyed south, and I was with her when she fought against the Void-sent hordes. Yet no matter how many of their vile fiends we cast down, more rose from the abyss to take their place. Faced with an unwinnable war of attrition, Ashdaya risked her all on a final gamble. She plunged through the Void Gate itself to strike at the root of their strength. I tried to follow in her wake, determined to lend what aid I could. But even as I came upon Alag's glittering tower, I saw the rift close behind her. And Ashdaya has been lost to us ever since.
I find I must retract my earlier claim of historical knowledge. Nowhere in the Crystal Tower's archives did I see mention of such noble sacrifice.
Yeah, Jesus. What the fuck?
That does not surprise me. To Allagan eyes, it must have seemed as if a lone dragon, driven to madness, simply dove through the gate and did not return. For my part, I spent long years searching for the means to reunite with Ashdaya. Until I could search no more. Until Allag was dust, and the art to open a void gate large enough to accommodate a dragon forever lost.
Yet you have the beginnings of a gate right here, under the control of a harnessed device.
Yeah. What's up with that?
My discovery came before Radzat Han was founded. Though I scoured the lands for a method to cross the rift, it was beneath the sea that I chanced to find a natural planar fissure. It was, however, far too narrow to admit a worm's bulk. Only after our city rose upon the rock, and I could enlist the aid of our talented alchemists, did matters take a favorable turn. Their dedication was beyond reproach. Tirelessly, they worked to expand the fissure, and after decades of toil, it finally grew to a size that a child might pass through.
Not long ago, you told us that you called out to your kin, that Ashdaya's answer was silence. I suspect the conclusion to your tale is not a joyful one.
With hope in my heart, I used a simulacrum to cross the threshold. But no, I did not find her. What I found was a host of void scent, clamoring around the opening they had sensed. It was but a moment, but enough. I had no choice but to retreat and allow the portal to contract once more.
The gate was a threat to your people. You had to decide between endangering Radzat Han and abandoning your sister. And you chose the latter.
'Twas not that thy sibling scorned thy call. 'Twas that she was trapped beyond a barrier through which neither roar nor dragon may pass. Even now, in the desolate world of the 13th.
I can scarce imagine your pain, yet it was wise not to linger in that place. Too long a sojourn, and even a being of your power risks being warped into a creature of the void. You've seen this phenomenon before, when we stepped into the darkness.
Yeah, I remember when Nero turned purple. I'm just gonna answer with that because I'm a dumbass. Yeah, I do remember that though.
Well, yes. His wounds had allowed the void's corruption to enter his body and twist his ether.
Yeah, that's... that doesn't happen to everybody?
Had it been allowed to progress much longer, I presume he would have been fully transformed.
Then there is little hope for Ashdaya.
No,
sorry, dude.
I hadn't meant to. I speak only of possibilities. The scales of the first brood are extraordinarily resistant to ethereal fluctuations. They are the protective talisman's core components after all, and even the corruption I described would struggle to overcome. Of course. With the warding scale in one's possession, one could conceivably survive a stay in the 13th without being warped by its energies.
Oh shit. So there is actually a possibility.
Be that as it may, it is too late to rescue my sister. 5,000 years too late. And now countless others look to me for guidance and protection.
Stydians want to help a dragon is growing. Growing very big.
So when I sensed intruders in the ruins, I came only to ensure that the gate remained closed. That, and to secure the treasure, of course. I wish only to forget the rest.
I was like, when they like pull the camera over to her, I'm just like, don't you start running. Don't you start running. I know that look in your eye, Shtola. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, I know that look. So they managed not only to expand the fissure, but also manipulate it as one might a gate. Astonishing. Is there any chance I could learn more of how this feat was accomplished? I will tell you what I can. First, however, I must return to the High Crucible and arrange to replace the guardians you so handily destroyed. I will not do so. And record. There we go. Yay. Silly me. Okay, let me try that again. I will tell you what I can. First, however, I must return to the High Crucible in rage to replace the guardians that you so handily destroyed. It will not do to leave the gate undefended. Best followers, primes, and viewers on this horrible website that is definitely malicious malware. Good job. My apologies. We were perhaps a touch zealous in our rush to uncover the vault's secrets. If the constructs can be replaced, we'll be happy to offer our assistance. That will not be necessary. Much as I retain spare vessels for myself, we keep duplicate guardians on hand for such eventualities. In any case, we should return to Razathan. Hey, Vitra, what about all the people that keep coming out here under the guise that, you know, they could be richer? And, like, a lot of your own people are dying to come out here. Like, maybe you should tell them not to, you know, as the Holy Dragon, and then maybe also, like, maybe distribute a little bit of wealth or do a something. I don't know. Are we forgetting about that? Are we forgetting about all of that? I think we are. I think we're very conveniently forgetting that, how we got here. I promise we discuss the Void Gate further, but first I must attend to a matter of the Vault's sentinels. As your instruments have no doubt informed you, the Kapikulu has been reduced to so much scrap. Please bring a new one out of storage and see that it is conveyed to its post along with a few lesser constructs. Was it tomb robbers? Fiends born in the Tower of Zot? By the sisters, do not tell me the blasphemy yet roams free. No, that's... Wait a minute. Varshan? Wait a minute. Oh no, we're all just looking very guilty. That's all we're doing is just looking very guilty. Like, oh, why such guilty faces? Surely it wasn't you who were responsible for this. Ooh. Oh, well, the details aren't important. I shall see it done immediately. There are just a bunch of, like, people following fucking rumors. If that tells you anything. Oh, what's the matter? I know you're fine, sweetheart. She looked at me like, are you okay? And with that, the vault shall soon be secured once more. Now, I believe you had questions? Quite a few, in fact. But I'd like to begin with the gate itself. It is functional, yes? Indeed, which is why I saw it sealed with alchemy, forged, locked, and warded with many magics. Such power is not to fall into the wrong hands. In truth, the primary reason for the vault's construction was to keep the gate hidden from the outside world. So much effort for such a little door. That little door you speak of leads to an abyss teeming with unspeakable horrors. That said, in its current state would be admit only the lowliest of void sent, and from this side no man would be able to pass through. No man? I should think Alphina would fit, given a firm enough push. Physical size is only one consideration. The true restriction hinges upon the etheric density of the soul in transit. And yet you succeeded in expanding this diminutive portal and sending your simulacrum to the 13th. Thanks to my brilliant alchemist, I should have destroyed the anomaly when I found it, but instead I bade them devise a means to control it. After much experimentation, they accomplished the impossible. A method was conceived by which my magics could manipulate the fissure and transform into a serviceable gate. But the process has long since been forgotten. Once I had given up searching for Asdaya, there was no need to preserve such esoteric and dangerous knowledge. Thus the gate lay dormant for years uncounted. Our own passage to the 13th was made relatively simple thanks to the Crystal Tower. An ancient mechanism channeled the tower's vast stores of energy to open a void gate, one bound to a covenant made with a cloud of darkness. Once that sovereign entity was beaten back, however, the covenant was broken and the doorway severed from the connection to the void. Theoretically, it should be possible to reconnect the gate by forging a new pact with another void sent, but such details usually end in betrayal and death. In any case, we could attempt to gain an understanding of the Bounty Gate. Perhaps you could resume the search for your sister. As I have already explained, I put those futile hopes to rest centuries ago. My place and my duty is here now. I had meant to ask, what prompted you to search for the vault in the first place? It was all Astinian's. I know he's gonna fucking come after me. Okay, only because I'm not gonna pick it. Let me see if I can get the, where is it? Let me see if I can get, I thought I had that turned off. I don't. Zelda, please. I don't use this browser, so it will probably just be fine. I don't have any blocks on it either. This is what, like, regular YouTube gets subjected to? Jesus. Damn regular YouTube. Zelda, please, you're making my life hard. Ow, shit. Shit, yeah, how would you look at that? Oh. There's this one, which we definitely watched. But I don't think there's one for Estinian specifically. Oh well. That's fine. But also that reminds me I need to turn that off. There we go. Zelda, what's going on? Oh, Rub. Aw. Aw. I'm very wanting pets today. Yeah, I'm not gonna throw. I'm not gonna throw Y'shtola in the bus. I'm not gonna throw Estinian in the bus. As you have seen, the fabulous wealth from this story is quite real, but if not its rumored origin. But I'm afraid I must assist a prior claim. I've been adding to that trove for years, little by little, but the time has come to spend it, that I might alleviate my people's suffering. Thank you for answering what I was questioning earlier about the... Zelda, please, your tail. No, I'm not going to feed you any more treats. No. 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 Then we are of one mind. We had no intention of taking it for ourselves. Isn't that right, my friend? Thank you, Zelda. There are 3 cats on this. There are 3 cats in this particular shot of this stream. Your Excellency, would you object if I were to conduct a closer examination of the gate? I'll make no attempt to open it, of course. I owe you and yours a debt that can never be repaid. Whatever boon you ask of me, you shall have it. Oh, you're most gracious. I shall take full advantage of your permission. Would that I would join thee in thy study, but the law pirates will be anxious to receive my report. I beg my leave of you. I must be off to Charlian as well. Mrs. Krile was eager to speak with you about that request, so please come back to the annex as soon as you are able. Farewell for now. We can discuss my findings once I return. You will not be rid of me so easily. Adventure! Adventure over. We now update the Chronicles new as the Myths of the Realms with a fresh-faced student about us. Next, just have the different. Oh, sweet. Cool. The difficult part in all of this will be deciding how best to put these riches to use. Will you lend me your assistance in these deliberations? Anything to make up for the constructs we broke. Then think of your employment as recompense. Serve me as guest advisors and I will consider the broken constructs paid for in full. As Laura and I are in this together, I will follow in her example. That's what it was called, a brother's grief. I was like, what's that mean? Meanwhile, elsewhere, probably not Garlean territory. All right, how Kingdom Hearts is this gonna fucking be? Like, really Kingdom Hearts? Or maybe slightly Kingdom Hearts? Or are we going full, like... Or no, are we just going full chaos? Are we going like full Garland? Oh my god. Oh no. I sensed the breath of a gate, but it was not insinuated from this side. It was thrown open from the other. Earth, fire, wind, water? I too felt it. A rare occurrence, yes, but such a tiny portal is beneath our notice. There are more pressing matters at hand. An opportunity is upon us, coming of which we have waited on nigh 10,000 years. We dare not let it slip our grasp. Yet we may not underestimate she who bested the cloud of darkness. Even restrained by a covenant, the cloud was no feeble wisp to be dispersed by some flesh and blood mortal. Ah, let her come. I will drown the world and watch the fleshling gasp for breath on her final moments. Your zeal is admirable, but forget not our cause. Alright. Alright. Is this just fucking Garland from, like, all of Final Fantasy? Just, like... chaos? Think back on our struggles beneath this sunless sky. Remember why we cede not our will to fight. Oh, God, yeah. God, is this just Final Fantasy Origins? Oh, no. It is time we set the war in motion and win redemption for our star. God. Oh no. It was an inside job, it's all Square Enix is doing. Shall we begin? If we were to spend the treasure wisely, then we must first determine which groups would benefit most from the monetary assistance. Some of my citizens may find it intimidating to speak with the Satrap directly, so I would ask you to act in my stead. Lord, you were to visit Akyali and Edelmald, speak with Matsia and his people, and listen to their grievances. Estine, I bid you the same, and Palkia's stand. I'll be conducting my own inquiries in Giant Stall grounds. At the Giant Stall grounds. Once you believe to have ascertained the needs of the populace, we can convene in Megaduta. Do 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 do. Sweet. I think before I stop playing again, I will need to go and do some, Aether Currents. Oh, Zalora, I was so glad to see you had returned unharmed. You finished with the boat then? Yeah, so if you had money, where would you do it? Oh, anything the village desperately needs? Well, I suppose Khazal's loss hit us the hardest. I've been trying to find buyers for my fish, but although I sell few here and there, they're so much more difficult than it was before. Everyone's still struggling to rebuild their lives. For now, we're just banding together as best we can. It's just gonna teleport, it's gonna be faster. Greetings and welcome, traveler. This is your first visit to If this is your first visit to Thafnir, then you must try my special Amara Lassi. Its refreshing zest cannot be beat. With such that a wonder cost you wonder, normally I part with 3 bottles, the generous price of 19,800 gil. But for you, I'm willing to go as even low as 10,000. You'd be practically stealing from me. I am not a Justinian. Still not making a profit? Times are hard, my friend. The world may no longer be on fire, but we are still sifting through the ashes, so to speak. Sisters, spare me. We might as well have had that ugly tower back a scant few travelers we see these days. I myself barely have the coin to buy all local prices. I tell you, if I didn't charge the... no, that's... potential spam! Just... get that. It just says potential spam, fuck it. I myself have barely the coin to buy local prices, I tell you. If I didn't charge the odd adventurer a small fortune or afternoon tea, I'd be scavenging for the scraps in the street. Good to know. You good, fam? More guild staff. Ah, how far is the port? It's in shambles, isn't it? Trade routes are open once more now that the danger's past, certainly, but no, a small number of merchants have had to sell their ships to make ends meet in the short term. Now, the sailors are lost in the final days, and no wonder the flow of exports is no more than a pitiful trickle. If Khazal and his consortium were still with us, he'd still have found a way to turn our fortunes around. Now that was a man who got things done. God rest his soul. Mega Duda. I forgot that I don't have to, like, look at the map first. I can just click on the Aether Current or the Aethernet and it'll tell me where I need to go. I'm so used to the old UI. I'm sure everyone else is. Ah, my advisor's return. I have just made it back myself. Why do you retain this vessel now that your true form is known? You could have flown across the island in a fraction of the time. Be that as it may, the sight of a massive creature descending from the sky can be startling to say the least. There are a few places I can enter comfortably without risk of flattening some cart or stall. Fair enough. Hey, what's up, Mock Den? How you doing, fam? Thank you for the host. Hell yeah. As for my inquiries, the people of Palakistan were unanimous in their reply. They are surviving. Resources are stretched to the limit when the refugees were pouring in, but they persevered with some assistance from Mutilmald. From what I understand, they have always been an independent community, hunters and foragers and the like, and I was assured that the jungle providers for their needs, for the most part. Palakistan has weathered the disaster better than most, it seems. Myself heard good news and bad. The quarrymen were cautiously optimistic, having sold a full wagon of giant skull to a foreign trader, but such visitors are few and far between. Compared to our best years, the weight of stone leaving Thavnir has been light indeed. Our nation is small and isolated, its prosperity dependently on a steady stream of exports. We must identify any obstacles to the flow of trade so that may begin working to remove them. Tell me, what did you learn in Akali and Edelmald? Oh, that basically one man was like the backbone of that whole place. We just need a better trader. Oh, I see. Without a dedicated buyer, the average fisherman must struggle to offload his daily catch. Which is why I believe we should first address the lack of ships and shortage of able-bodied sailors in Edelmald. Yes, we should. I am reminded of a child I spied as I made my way back to the palace. His father was lost at sea when the beasts sunk their vessel. So many variations of the same tragic tale repeated over and over. So many lives lost. Yep. Yep, that's the one. That boy right there. I've already forgotten his name. Don't worry about it. Enough grief to drown if we let ourselves be overcome, but we will not. Laura, Estinian, I will consider the perspectives you have taught me, and devise a plan to help my people confront this adversity. Come, I would like you to be in attendance while I announce to the proposal of my assembled functionaries. Functionaries? Wait.
I thank you for your attendance. The riches the Radiant Host have retrieved were hoarded in Al-Zadal's name. A fortune I set aside for a future day of need. And lo, that day hath come. May it aid our wounded city in reclaiming its vibrancy and vigor. In better times, I would leave such a task to our capable Ahawan. God's rest his soul. Finding myself bereft of his counsel in the here and now, I will assume the responsibilities of mine office directly. Firstly, the treasure shall be sold for more convenient currency. Thence, invested into the trading port of Yedlamad. Our merchants must have their operations restored, their ships rebuilt. Commerce must flow once more.
Spice must flow.
None were spared the tragedy of the final days. Of this, I am well aware. But an absence was created by the loss of Karazal's consortium. And by filling it, we provide new means for our fishermen, our artisans, and others to bring their wares to distant markets.
And what of the children who were left without family to care for them?
That is a concern which weigheth heavily upon my mind. A simple gift of coin will soon be exhausted, leaving these young souls adrift on the fringes of our society. Nay, a proper solution is needed, one which doth guarantee their welfare for years to come. Thou hast surely seen how other nations rise to meet this challenge, adventurer. What dost thou deem the wisest course?
Trying to remember what the fuck I've seen for something like this.
Of course, we must all look out for one another. Let us put this idea into practice. A contract shall be written, requiring all who receive of Al-Zadal's treasure to commit a portion of their future earnings towards the running of an orphanage. Now, such an influential policy is deserving of a worthy name.
Yeah, something with Khazal seems appropriate.
A fitting candidate. Khazal should be remembered, not as the blasphemy which terrorized Thavne, but as a hard-working and generous man who brought much wealth to our shores. Do any among you object to this proposition? Many here lost loved ones to the beasts.
In that time of strife, any one of us could have broken. Any one of us may have been taken by despair. When I think of Kalzal, I feel no hatred. Only a stinging regret that we could not save him as well.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know, Khazal was the one that kind of started the downhill slope to everyone's demise. Not as though
Isn't that right, men?
he was the one that caused it, but he was just the first one.
This bodes well for that boy. Mirad, was it? Perhaps he can cut ties with that shady peddler.
Then let it be done. Henceforth, this initiative shall be known as the Khazal Foundation.
Oh, yeah.
Neptune, thou art to assemble a patrol and ensure that no child in this city liveth in squalor.
Truly makes me wish that, you know, our country.
See to the management of our funds and make haste. Our citizens must not suffer a day more than is necessary.
This really makes me wish that I had we had a dragon running the country.
Dragon and man, side by side in pursuit of a brighter morrow. Reminded of Ishgard.
Yay! Oh, thank you for putting forth Khazal's name. Those whose lives he enriched will take comfort in seeing his legacy honored. Forgive me for not speaking sooner, but I bear a message from Archon Shtola. She asked that you meet her at the High Crucible at your earliest convenience. Understood. Thank you. Shtola must have finished her study of the Void Gate. Shall we hear what she has to say then? I will go with you. I thought the Sartrap would be too busy setting up the foundation. My clerks have been well-oiled cogs in this administration since before I assumed the office. They understand what needs to be done. And I am curious to learn what conclusions your Archon has reached concerning the gate's unique construction. Fair. As you wish. Allow me to lead you the way, Your Excellency. So crazy seeing Estinian like serving dragon. Fantastic. If I do say so myself. Alright, let's go to the Crucible. I think actually this is the closest one. Do, 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 do. Yep, just spam. All right.
Right, here we all are.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the Void Gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vritra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics. From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them. Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first. You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world. The magics tore a hole in the wall separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway. Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
Then what of the many Voidsent found in the source? Who guides them here, and how?
Oh, good question.
An excellent question. Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical.
Oh.
For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power. To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate. The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact. Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner. Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain exarch dragged us to the first.
Oh.
And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Void Sense physical form is left behind in the 13th. Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
Wait. You said that Voidsent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
I believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
How do you intend to get your answers?
No, the danger is too great.
I know, you can see he's like thinking. No, wait.
Perhaps. But what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
Yeah, there's the adventure music.
Were you not listening to my tale?
Nope.
Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages.
I have 2 brain cells, one of which cannot read, the other one kind of only barely listens.
Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
Great.
I assure you I was most attentive, and I agree that to go alone would be certain death. But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th, and humbled the cloud of darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
Come in. This just sounds crazy enough to work.
I had a feeling you might say that. Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands.
Oh, hold on. Come on. Is it because Malala felt that she had to, like, kneel down? What the fuck?
That said,
I mean, she's-
as much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
Bear? Bear?
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single void scent will be allowed to threaten Radzatan, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
You have a plan.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daemir was overseeing the project.
Daemir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a void scent which had slipped through the fissure.
Oh.
After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made void scent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
A man-made void scent.
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daemir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
Ah.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
The one under the stairs. Gratia's favorite place to sneak around.
Indeed. Numenon's restricted stacks may very well hold a copy.
I will only answer if I genuinely don't know. If I don't know, my Warrior of Light doesn't know. But I actually did remember that. It was part of like the Numenon, and like Gratia talked about like, oh yeah, that's my favorite place to like exist in the entire library. Technically.
In which case, I say we head directly to Charlene.
Hooray!
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelves, I see myself being of little use. Go on ahead. I still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
Don't hit the... You keep hitting the microphone. It is a real problem.
Let us be on our way as well.
Okay, Mom. You were gonna barf, I swear to God.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
Thinking... No, I made my decision. No. That'd be cool. We're gonna get another, like, surprise dragon moment, aren't we? When Xeno's just like, dragon. Okay, I will be right back. I'm gonna go grab myself another beer and maybe a snack or something. I could use something to chew on. Okay. I did find a snack. It's pickles. Okay. Alright, you went to Old Charlian. No, Zelda, no more treats. I gave you like 4 treats. Any more treats and you'll become a treat, and then that's bad. If we're to enter Numenon's restricted archives with a minimum of fuss, then we must secure the permission of the Forum. First, however, we need to enlist the cooperation of a member to broach the matter on our behalf. Who do you think might be inclined to assist us? Probably the twins. No one springs to mind? Oh. What of Scholar Montagane? He did come to Grauhau's defense during the inquiry, after all. I do remember that. He's settled. Let us head to Phenomenon and see if he's willing to help us once more. Oh, sweet. Yeah, we should, make our way over then. Where? How? Oh, I guess we have to walk there, huh? That's not hard. Please don't push that button, Zelda. I do appreciate that they follow you at the same pace. So it's not like one of those fucky escort missions. I apprenticed to Master Matoya at the age of 7 and labored under her tutelage for a full decade. I never had the chance to attend the studium. Neither did Thancred, as I recall. Soon after Master Louisoix took him off the streets, he was put in the care of another Archon. His was a rigorous and practical education in the arts of espionage and survival. I sometimes wonder what my life would have been if I had pursued studies here instead. Tea at the last stand after a day of lectures? Maybe. Oh, that does sound lovely. Afternoons with friends, spent sipping tea and debating theories. Still, I wouldn't give up my time with Master Matoya for the world. The dank cave I studied in was about as far from the bright of airy halls of academia as one could get. But it was a wondrous, magical childhood, nonetheless. Is that all? Wait, what if I just talk to her? I was pressed to name our allies in the forum, so like Montagane. Oh, that's just a hint for where we need to go next. Oh shit, I guess I... Have some pants I gotta get rid of, huh? Nope, still not better than what I've got. I can't be the only one who thinks it's real fucking weird their coats do that. And their robes do that. It's real weird. But whatever. Ah, visitors, and quite esteemed ones at that. What may I do for you? Pray forgive the intrusion, Scholar, but we are hoping you might help us secure permission to enter the Numenon's restricted archives. Oh ho, no furtive forays into the stacks this time, eh? Guilty as charged. I applaud this newfound sense of propriety, and all this wide world of comparative serenity. What so compels you to disturb a vault of forbidden wisdom? Well, trying to make it over to the 13th and figure out a bunch of shit. Maybe save a dragon in the process. Who knows? Fascinating. I had no such idea that a technique existed. I would have been surprised if you had. If my assumption is correct, the research left behind by the House Domer is laying dormant in Charlene's archives for many centuries. And if you unearth this research, what then? Surely you don't intend to cross over into the void. No, yes, in fact, precisely what we intend. Ah, there's Matoya's music. The wonder. The mysticism. The, we're definitely gonna go fuck some shit up. Don't cross me. To what end, pray tell? Well, to develop a method of traversing the rift, for one, that I might keep my word to a distant friend in the first. Sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence, and have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future. And yet I want to understand everything, to unravel it all down to its very last secret. What scholar worthy of the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two if it would grant revelation that was promised reward, as its reward? Marvelous. An audacious proposal worthy of Master Matoya herself. And after hearing the whys and wherefores, I, for one, do not believe you would use the knowledge for ill. I see no reason not to present your request to the forum's consideration. Thanks, Grandpa. Excuse me. Although your petition would be rather better received if you also had the support of another well-placed acquaintance. Why, Master Fauchenon, of course. He can hardly ignore an earnest request from his dear children's most treasured comrades. I was hesitant to approach him directly, but there is no denying that having Master Horschfon on our side would tip the balance in our favor. Very well. We'll pay him a visit. We'll pay a visit to the Levier estate and plead our case. Yay! Oh, one last thingy before you go. We'll consider it a personal favor if you might share with me the discoveries you made in the void. You make in the void. My appetite for knowledge is every bit as insatiable as yours, I'd wager. So if you could see your way to indulging an old man's curiosity. Got you, fan. Of course, scholar. We'll be sure to pass on any revelations. For science! Alright. It does mean we have to go walk all the way over to the Levier estate, but that's okay. It'll be a nice walk and jaunt through all of Charleon. Old Charleon. Let's be real. New Charleon doesn't really exist. I actually kind of think I know where I'm going, just based on other things we've done in the past. For once, I don't have to stare at a map. No treats still though. It's very cute. She goes over the shelf and she tries to reach for the treat box. I'm like, no time for treats. Oop. Mr. Silver, Mistress Yustola. How may I be of service? We've come to ask Master Rochefort, speak. We've come to speak with Master Fortunal. Is he home by any chance? Ah, yes, the master is in residence. I shall inform him that he has guests. Well, Emilians would invite you inside for tea, but I assume this is not a social visit. We should have some matter of importance to discuss. Yeah, can you go let us see the fucking library? Like, the deep dark web? Thank you. Well, I suppose I should praise you for following proper protocols this time around. Scholar Montagane expressed much the same sentiment. I assure you, we'll not attempt to circumvent the forum's authority again, unless it is absolutely necessary, of course. Of course. You do understand that the restricted archives are restricted for a good reason, yes? If no pressing need exists, then why risk the consequences employing this forbidden knowledge? For a brother who misses his sister, she was his guardian and his friend, a selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from horror and suffering. But the brother has given up on thoughts of reunion. He spends his efforts elsewhere, watching over people yet healing from flames of the final days, loyal to his duty while betraying the longing in his heart. If I'm not clear, I'm talking about the dragon that's taken over a country. 'Tis no vital mission, perhaps, reuniting these siblings, but feels a worthy cause to pursue all the same. As one who feared losing his own loved ones and spending years in research to prevent it, surely you appreciate how painful such a separation must be. Yep. Reflections are still very much a mystery to us. Offering to share your experiences in the first should constitute a fair exchange for our cooperation. The fact that you guys don't have Grahatia tied to a chair and just asking him everything about the first and how'd you fucking do that? You are basically tied to the Crystal Tower. We need to know everything. Is amazing to me. Do not celebrate just yet. The forum must still be convinced. I will add your request to the list of today's deliberations and deliver the decision to you at the Baldestian Annex. Sweet, thanks. Oh, that's right. I think we can go. I think there's an Emilians quest or some such thing. Well, to the Baldestian Annex. All the same. You know, this does kind of remind me of some Final Fantasy X music. Which reminds me that I've been working on some Final Fantasy X cosplay that I've been wanting to do for quite some time. I actually was doing some drawing and sketching and stuff like that for what I want to have done. But I'm kind of not in love with it just yet. I'm still gonna try some things out and figure what it is I want to try to do. Because I'm not sold on my own design for this, but... Because ideally I want it to work, but also convey the same sort of design aspects of the original character. The original character being more masculine and the character I want to do being feminine. I'm doing a gender-bend cosplay. That's basically what it is. I'm still kind of working all of that out a little bit. Oh, I guess we can just be here. Be here, be queer. It's furry night. It's furry night. Well, it's plastic. It's plastic. Plastic. Woo! Oh, I was surprised you didn't enter with that. Oh, did that? Oh, that doesn't show up. Hold on. But it does. I did hear it. That's good. Oh, like stage 2 on the furry scale. Yeah, basically. Hold on. Where is that? Where is that on my thing? There it is. Hold on. I have to put that also. Wait, hold on. Can I just copy that and then paste that? Sure can. Hell yeah, dude. There we go. No, I switched between this and this. So we're good. We're totally good. Oh, that's right. I forgot that I had this on there. I forgot I had, like, I need a new chair because I technically need a new chair. This thing's like still peeling apart. Ugh. A little peely. Still. Stupid cheap, not leather. No, you're good. Thank you for, like, pulling it up. Or saying so. But no, I was trying to get the, there's the little window that pops up of, like, the sound that's currently playing for funsies' sake. Alright, so what... Thank you, Zelda. What will the forum decide? To put it bluntly, Master Matoya has burned some bridges here in Charlian, and salted the earth, for good measure. When it became clear that her student was the petitioner in question, while no few members voiced their discontent, then the chamber was reminded, in no uncertain terms, might I add, to the incredible debt we owe you and your companions. That served to silence the grumbles and stifle a few spines, and it was agreed that allowing you entry to the archives was the least we could do in return. Yay! She's very happy about this. Oh, this is wonderful news. Thank you both for speaking on our behalf. Please stop rubbing the microphone. I'm not giving you any more treats. Yes, well, as I'm sure you're aware, this permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is to be treated with the utmost caution, and there will be repercussions if it is not. I wish you well in your endeavor, and bid you good day. Oh. Ever the same, that one. Uncompromising. Aye. That very stoicism is exactly what Charlian needed to guide it through not one, but 2 exoduses. Oh, that's a happy kitty. There we go. Oh, I hate being that close. That went rather well, I think. As a child, I dreamed of up any number of schemes and getting my hands on those forbidden tomes. Now I can simply walk through that door. Our focus will be finding House Demer's research notes, of course, but the thought of so much knowledge at my disposal has me feeling a little giddy. Amazing. You'll be heading directly to the archives from here, I presume. You presume correctly. Then you'll want to speak with the index page when you arrive. It's been instructed to grant you access to the restricted section. Excellent. Once again, we thank you for all your help. Oh, it is my pleasure, believe me. May you find the knowledge you seek. Shall we? Yay, back into my party you go. Do-do-do-do. Alright, I am very aware that there are people in this world that do not enjoy pickles. To that I have to say, what the fuck? But, fine. This means more pickles for me. But for any of you that do enjoy pickles, you guys have like a favorite brand or anything? I mean like strictly like cucumbers that have been vinegared into a pickle. Yes, there are many, many, many pickled things in this world. But specifically I do mean like cucumber pickles. Personally, I'm way into Colossan pickles because there's just like a taste about it. It's really good. And they're fancy. But honestly, I love any kind of pickle, truly. Like, they're like deli pickles, essentially. Fried pickles. Oh, yeah. Fried pickles good. Truly, fried pickles are really good. I like fermented things. There's something about fermented food that I really like. But weirdly enough, fermented soybeans... There's something about fermented soybeans. I've never had them. I've never had natto. But it seems like that freaks me out. There's something about that I don't think I would like. I think it may be the texture. Though I've never tried it. It's just like all the interpretation, anime, and live action Japanese stuff. I'm just like... I think I would hate this if I tried it. And it would ruin me. But... I've never had it, so I can't say that I would hate it, but I'm like, oh man. But I got a Korean friend of mine. He has a recipe for fermented crabs. And I'm like, I really want to try that. Because that looks cool. Or that looks cool, looks tasty. That kind of thing. I should try to fry my own pickles. Like, I could just buy, like, a thing of, like, the whole Colossan pickle. Because you sell those. And just, like, slice them up and then fry a bunch. Because I have a deep fryer now. I have a deep fryer now. To think the set of instructions I laughingly imagined may actually exist, but your mom is away from where you found me napping. If I had known Azadal the Third's exploits sooner, I would have saved myself days of research. Even a children's book might have pointed me in the right direction. To achieve the impossible, one must needs be flexible of mind and look beyond conventional wisdom. A lesson I have already learned, but clearly not taken to heart. There we go. I mean, if you could find that brand of pickle chip form, you could be Gucci. True. Yeah, there are a couple of pickle chips that I do enjoy. Arcania, Stella, and guest identified. Do you wish to proceed to the restricted archives? Well, they're doing the, like, that capital lower, so it's the, like... Follow me if you would. You know, it's like that really sarcastic, like, you would watch your step and please take note that the use of naked flames is discouraged. So I don't think that's what they meant by that text, but that's all I can think of. Cracks knuckles. Warrior of Light is getting discouraged.
If House Damia's notes are to be found anywhere, it will be here. Let us begin.
I'm not a scholar. Help. As I look on the floor like, Untitled Goldsmith's Journal. Today, in a world not my own, I met the most beautiful void-born creature. She was so unlike her ravenous brethren, eyes ablaze not with hunger, but trembling like a candle's flame, threatening to flicker out at any moment. I wonder if she is even the proper word. Such distinctions seem inconsequential, insignificant even. All that matters is the love I feel for this exquisite, transcendent being. Wow, that is forbidden law. That's like somebody's like fucking love journal about like their void sent kink. In the year 1564 of the 6th astral era, the Amalja summoned Ifrit, their patron god. Accounts describe being as a gigantic, lizard-like being with a potent command of fire-aspected magics. If we consider that primal summoning as an act fueled by faith and prayer, it is unsurprising, if not expected, that the resulting deiform entity should manifest in the appearance and powers which is attributed by its worshippers. What then might emerge from the aether should one who believes in an almighty, omnipresent, omniscience attempt the same ritual? Would the scholar himself grace us with his presence? So, should some other embodiment of divine sagacity? Should this man-made god truly be all-knowing, and if it were, hence would such knowledge arise? I myself have many questions concerning the nature of the ancient world. With no spell to transport me back to the days of old, could I instead summon a being possessed of an encyclopedic wisdom of every age? Yet with no means to verify its pronouncements, could one be certain they were true? Oh my god, some fucking scholar was thinking real too loud about that one. Though your mind spins with the possibilities discussed therein is not seem to be the volume you're seeking. Yeah, that's a really good question. Like, hey, yeah, it looks like they could summon a god based on, like, whatever elements they fucking want and other shit. But it's like, hey, what if we tried to summon, like, an omnipotent god? Would that fucking happen? Could we do that? Could we make something that terrible, just, like, from our own brain, just based on, like, faith alone? Also, what if we could just, like, recreate somebody that we know for sure lived back in the day? Could they just, like, give us back information? That would be cool. And I think the rest of the scholars are like, oh no, that's bad knowledge. Don't put that in here. No, that needs to go back into the vault. Following pages detail an advanced method for manipulating rift spanning apertures devised by Nashashan, the 9th patriarch of House Demir. We present these research notes to the facility of Charlene's studium as both a token of our friendship and an expression of our boundless admiration. Oh, found it. Oh, I wonder if I missed anything, though. Oh, well. It's always the third one, anyway. Have you found something to show me, do you? My apologies, I flipped open a single book and was completely absorbed by its contents. Ah, good old ADD, just focus. Good hyper focus. There you go. I think I found it. Well done, Zlora. I think you may have found our prize.
Yes, the ether signature is unmistakable. I've felt the traces of House Damir's resonance many times at the Great Work. Time to see what all the fuss was about.
Oh boy, I know what that
Among the ranks of
is.
the Void Sent, there exist entities with the power to call forth their brethren from beyond.
Dog.
The species known as
Final Fantasy
Atomos,
IX.
however, is uniquely prodigious in this regard.
Jesus fucking Christ.
From its distended maw, it can expel an endless procession of void-born creatures. a talent which sorely tested the Radiant Host in its battles against these abominations. Surmising that the entity itself was acting as a void gate, we endeavored to capture a small specimen and subsequently examine its physiological structure. Our findings revealed that the Atomos had absorbed a planar fissure into its own flesh, which it could expand at will into a functioning gate.
Bro.
Upon further analysis, we identified an ethereal wave pattern emitted during this process. A pattern we were able to emulate by passing crystal-stored ether through a specially designed prism.
Oh, shit.
We proceeded to embed
science.
said prism into an arcane simulacrum, thus completing what we have dubbed our artificial Atomos.
Oh, fuck.
How could I have been so blind to the possibilities? This species, not to mention its ability to summon void scent, has been discussed among academics for years now.
God, fucking really? Hold on. I'm trying to find the, there it is. It's just called Atomos. Oh, God, fucking... I do so fucking hate Bing so much. Really do. Hold on. I want to show you guys, if you guys have never seen this. There it is. This is actually like the summon from Final Fantasy 14. Sorry, 14. From Final Fantasy 9. It even like says Atomos to it. It basically just sucks everything into it. Actually, there's a yeah, like the whole destruction of Limbrum. God, I have actually forgotten about Warframe entirely. Yep, there it is. This thing is huge. So the fact that they had like a smaller version of that is like, oh no. Sorry, this is slight spoilers for Final Fantasy 9, but like with no context, you're like, I have no idea what's going on. But yeah, it's basically like a gate. It's fucked up. Oh no. Yeah, no, it sucks. This whole thing is fucking sucks. You know, I need to play Final Fantasy 9. I think they remastered that, didn't they? Or no, they're going to. Like, I heard a thing they're going to remaster 9. So I'm like, oh shit, Atomos. Whoops. Also, that game versus this? I'm so glad 9 is getting a remaster. Like, holy shit.
Just before the advent of the 7th Umbral Calamity, we received reports of Atomos sightings from every corner of Eorzea. Surely you've at least heard the tales.
Yeah.
And
I guess I do.
still, House Daemir went and built a mock Atomus of their very own. I'm not surprised the Archons consigned their work to a restricted archive. It was no easy task, but at last we've unearthed the volume we've been searching for. I'd
No,
be
we could
lying
stay
if
here.
I said I wasn't tempted to stay longer. See what other forbidden titles might be lurking on these shelves. Ah, but that would be abusing the very special privilege we've been granted now, wouldn't it? Better not.
Yeah. Good call that we don't. We might get a chance to do that in the future. Be nice to not abuse that so we can come back again. As much as I'd like to start crafting an Atomos, start crafting the Atomos, I'm afraid this is far outside my field of expertise. Fortunately, I know a Hannish alchemist who might be delighted to involve herself with our House Demir project. Our business here is concluded for the moment. Please pass on our regards to the forum. Your message will be conveyed. Should you wish to indulge more in forbidden literature, I will be here. Patron mode disabled. Security mode engaged. That's cute. Reference page, index page. Is there not another mammoth? I guess there's no other mammoths to look at. Okay. Hey, Nidana. We got some forbidden knowledge for you. Forbidden alchemic knowledge. Good heavens, no. My heart couldn't take it. Fine. Everything for Nidana. Ishtola tells me you're pursuing a most fascinating study and that you want me a part of it. To be a part of it. That's right. I have no doubt you'll be interested. This research log should speak for itself. Will it now? By the sisters! This is the mark of House Demir. I never knew such a work existed. Well, few should. It was sequestered in the Numenon's restricted archives, after all. It was? By what means? But that means every word of it is forbidden knowledge. Forbidden tome filled with forbidden research, and you put it right in my unsuspecting hand. I can hardly wait to read it. Yeah. Awesome. To think that Demir were developing such marvelous techniques so long ago. How many innovations have been lost over the centuries, I wonder. Now that you've glanced over the notes, what say you helping us build a new mock Atomus? I say yes, 1,000 times yes. Work on a Demir project that I had to redoubtable scholars even of Charlie and trembling over their scandals? No alchemist of the great work could resist. Ah, you're a woman after my own heart. Oh, I suppose I should ask, but what do you mean to do with this big-mouthed simulacrum once we've built it? We're gonna go to the 13th and try not to just have a bunch of void scent come out of its maw. Ah, so there's a secret void gate, and it's sealed in the ruins at the bottom of the bounty? Today's a day of revelations indeed. If the purpose of our man-made Atomos is to expand this hidden portal, then I will need to see it for myself, I think. Manipulating rift-shifting apertures is not the sort of thing you want to attempt without first taking into account of every single factor. Then by all means, accompany us to the vault. I plan to lead us back there shortly, once we've finished gathering the components I acquire. Components? Charlane's markets provide raw aquamarine and pure water crystals, but I might need help obtaining a small quantity of astrally infused water. For such a liquid, you would need to go no further than the Fount of Maya. The too many S's and C's on that one. Aesthetics. I didn't even spell that correctly. Aesthetic. Aesthetic? Aesthetic. Oh. So, holy? Interesting. The ascetics of which of old once favored the place of their meditations, and the water which pools there is now known to enliven the flow of aether. That sounds perfect. If you would be so kind to fill a flask at the pool, I will petition Vitra to join us. The idea I have in mind won't mount for much without his authority to command the Void Gate. Shall we be about it then? We'll meet back here anon. Da, 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 da. You know what? It's gonna be faster to go there first and then go poot real fast. Because I have to go here and then bend over. I don't have, well, bend over. I do need to get those aether currents. We should still. Astrally dense pocket of aether. And prayer water. Holy water. Thank God. Back to the great work. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, Estinian's here now. Do you have that flask for me? One water flask coming right over. Yes, that should suffice. Thank you, Zlora. Yay. Void theory. Amazing. Look who I came across. Estinian seemed to need of diversion, and we, in turn, may need of his lands. Right then, now that we have our little parties assembled, let's make our way to the ruins. Will we need of Matsuya's boat again? Not this time. Once you stroll in and inform me of our destination, I arrange for a vessel to be made ready at Akyali. Yerxley is ever the gracious host. Shall we? Go to that place. Yeah. You know what? It's not that much further away. I'm sad I didn't get a dodo mount after having needed to walk all over that in that one portion of the adventure of Endwalker. Almost feels like Endwalker was like a lifetime ago. I'm just like thinking about it all. I'm like, whoa. But then also like Shadowbringers was like a further lifetime ago, and I'm like, fuck. Ship is yours to command. Our thanks. Our thanks. We shall set sail at once. Oh, this is so exciting. Azadal's legacy. To see the truth of a legend with my own eyes. All aboard for the treasure vault. Toot toot. Yes. Oh. Oh no. Oh, that's right, because we had to go back through this whole thing after they made all the constructs again, so everybody's just like, oh god. I can't believe he just like destroyed all my constructs again without even saying anything. Oh no. I thought we cleared this place of constructs the last game we threw. Well, oh well. And Yustol was like, oh my fucking god.
The ruins alone were impressive enough, but I never dreamed such a treasure lay hidden in the depths of the bounty. It may have been helpful to know this device existed, Your Excellency.
My apologies. The gate was a secret I shared with none but my closest advisors. I feared for what might happen should those with ill intentions learn of its existence.
What is it you're doing now?
There is something I wish to verify. The NOAA reports claim that a short stint into the void carries little risk of etheric imbalance. Should one suffer an injury, however, or if one's expedition drags on longer than intended, that risk becomes significantly greater. Graha theorized that a warding scale would confer protection from the void's corrupting influence. But I would prefer to test that hypothesis before we set foot in the 13th ourselves.
So, this is an experiment of sorts?
Yes, an experiment. Tell me, how would you go about testing the efficacy of the warding scale?
Say nothing and look meaningfully at us, Danny. Oh, come on. Oh, man, I really need to see that. Like, what does that look like? Oh, okay. I know the real answer is maybe send a familiar, and I know that's the real answer, and it's gonna make me sound smart, but I don't do familiars. I'm just gonna be like, I don't know. I'd go in because I'm a big dumbass. But I'm gonna pick the second one because that's fun.
What? Why are you looking at me like that? Surely you'd not expect me to wriggle through that tiny portal.
But it's all to get a
We
laugh out of
didn't
Y'shtola.
anything so drastic. A small familiar should serve well enough.
A little smile makes it, yes. Any reason to make Wistinian regret that he's
Now, a
friends
lowly
with me.
imp can navigate a fissure, no matter how narrow. Which means an arcane entity of similar stature should be able to manage the same. I hadn't wanted it to come to this, but no other familiars will do, I'm afraid.
What are you gonna summon,
I
Ishtola?
dislike the sound of that. What manner of fiend does she mean to summon?
Thank you for saying out loud what I was thinking, Estinian.
From ocean rise and cloudbank form, from mountain spring and rainfall storm, from river flow and life be born.
Is this how we summon minions?
Water, water, froth and foam!
Ready your arms. I fear she's been possessed.
This music and then Estinian saying that. I'm like, uh-huh.
Oh, come now. That was adorable.
He's like red in the cheeks immediately. The embarrassment. Oh no.
Though not my first choice. These familiars I conceived of as a child have the best chance of fitting through the gate. I only wish my younger self had considered a more dignified ending to the creation ritual.
Oh my god. That's so cute. Holy
In any
shit.
case, these two should serve as well. This one will bear a warding scale.
Loop.
And when they return from the 13th, we can observe how the talisman, or absence thereof, has affected the progress of the Void's corruption.
Oh.
If I could impose upon you to open the gate. Your Excellency?
Oh, damn it. Yeah, no, I Froth and foam! It's so good. I was like, oh my god. And Steven's like, oh no, she's possessed. Oh my god, yeah. I was looking at this, I'm like, this is a whole fucking magical girl sequence. And I'm like, that makes all the sense now. Holy shit. Oh my
We should
god.
also be wary of void scent slipping through while we conduct our experiment. Estinian, you are to keep Nadana safe from harm.
As you say.
You had best be on your guard as well.
Oh, do I dare incur the wrath of Froth and Foam? Click. I do. Froth and Foam!
Oh, are you volunteering to join the Nixies? I could shrink you down, you know.
I'm already small as it
Let
is.
us begin, shall we?
Oh my god. No, there is an entire part where, like, she kneels. Like, Y'shtola kneels down to, like, eyeball you, and I'm like... Anytime a character is, like, matching my character's stature or physically doing a thing to my stature, I'm just like... Hey, that must be fucky wucky. Oh my god. I did do how to talk to short people.
Nixies, into the void.
Oh, and I did actually, before I started that, I just so happened to talk to everybody in the room. And so you have Varshan, Nidana, Ishtola, and Stinian there. And if you talk to Varshan, he's just like, oh my god. He just, like, felled everything in this. Basically, we had to go through the entirety of this again after Varshan had already, like, employed, like, everything back to the way it was. And Stinian's like, huh, I thought we got those last time. Whereas Ishtola's like, oh my god, he did that so fast, I couldn't even stop him. I'm so sorry. He broke it all. Yeah, he re-broke it all. Oop. This is so fucking funny. I was like, oh my god, I actually caught that. So good. I picked saving my garden gnome character in this game when I played a bit. Karangil's right. It was barely peeking over the table. Oh my god. Oh, that's so good. I have the scale moved on my Lalafell to be the tallest you could possibly be. And to date, I am still the tallest Lalafell. I will stand next to other Lalafells and be like, am I taller? Sure I am. Every time I come here, it reminds me of the dark portal above the Crystal Tower. And the final lash of Aja's tail, she plunged into the void. I need to wait in time of meal result. Be patient to keep watch for any intruders. Show the picture of Stola as a little girl. Easier to believe she sprang fully formed from one of Master Matoya's cauldrons. Oh, sisters save me. I'll never see Stola the same way again. Froth and foam indeed. Oh my god. Fantastic. Don's just like, I'm ready for this. Yeah.
I think we've waited long enough. Nixies, return to my side.
Oh. Oh no. Would have its misery.
Thank you, little one. You did well.
Poor thing. Its essence has been irrevocably warped.
Good to test it. Oh, that was in 2 different ears.
We're out of time. I must reseal the void gate.
A good call.
They're coming through!
In the name of Al-Zidal III, I bar this door unto the void.
Ugh.
Well, that was a sharp lesson in the dangers of void gates.
Oof. My staff's kind of, it is really cool. I really like the staff. I spent a lot of money on it. Ooh, I spent too much money on it.
And what of our experiment? I'd say the results speak for themselves.
The The unprotected Nixie has suffered extensive etheric corruption. As Nidana observed, it's well on its way to becoming a void scent. The one merged with the talisman, however, appears unaffected. I sense no changes to its equilibrium. Rest now, little ones.
Graha's theory was correct then.
Looks like dragons are
So it would
immune.
seem. But while our second familiar was untouched by void energies, the talisman itself shows signs of degradation.
Ah.
It was, of course, originally designed to shield the soul from primal tempering. It stands to reason that etheric corruption of a different sort would affect it differently.
Tarnished,
We need to
are we?
modify the warding scale's design to account for the 13th's uniquely unstable ether.
You've said much of the Void's instability, but my imagination fails me. What manner of place is this broken world?
Oh, you
Ah,
know,
my
like the
apologies.
darkness.
I forget that not all of us spend our days sequestered in dusty archives. The 13th is a reflection of the source that was drowned in a flood of darkness.
Source. 13th.
In Emmett Selk's own words, this tragedy was a result of the Ascians' attempts to force a rejoining. They erred in their haste, and made of that world a useless void. You remember Una Kalhai, the unusual child we met during our troubles with the Warring Triad. He explained the fate of the 13th thus. The champions of that ill-fated world used a stone known as Auracite to contain the power of primals, but those self-same heroes were gradually corrupted by the Auracite's bleeding energies, transforming into fiends with an endless hunger for ether. By the time anyone thought to oppose them, Light's strength had grown too feeble, and the balance of the 13th tipped into eternal darkness. And what of your own experience? Will you tell us of what you observed during Noah's expedition? I can picture it now. The sunless, Stygian expanse, infested with legions of ether-starved monstrosities. A void in every sense of the word.
What you have described in such lurid detail is exactly why I hesitate to encourage you.
This is a helpful bit of info since I never did all of that. I barely remember that when we were doing shit with the Warring Triad. We kind of fucked with that a little bit, did we? I don't remember. I want to say that like I barely remember that's how we knew about Auracite. Or was like you didn't have to do it, but if you did, then you knew about Auracite kind of thing. And that's how we defeated what's his stupid face? Can't remember his name. But you get the idea.
Worry not, great Vritra. Our journey into the 13th is but the first leg of a longer voyage. A voyage that shall lead us to other reflections, to new mysteries and discoveries. And I mean to be there every step of the way. But first, I must focus on refining the warding talisman.
Then I can begin work on constructing an artificial Atomos. Or I could if I had the relevant manuals to hand. Might I be so bold as to request access to the Satrap's family archives? Your Excellency?
Oh, yes. That can be arranged. I will speak to my officials upon our return.
We will see you back in the city then.
Thinking long and hard about that one. What? What? Nobody here. You're fine. No growling. Thank you. Yeah, I've done the what's it called? It's called World of Darkness or some shit like that. Yeah, World of Darkness. I've done that exactly twice. I do not remember the first time I did it at all. The second time I did it, I was like, I'm fucking lost. And so was everybody else in that fucking thing. I was like, I have no idea how any of this fucking works. Shrug. But important to have done. Hi. All right. Once Nidana succeeds in replicating a mock Atomus, this door to the 13th will be ours to open. Who will be crossing the threshold alongside us? I realize this is more of an endeavor. This is more my endeavor than yours. To be honest, I have no interest in visiting the void myself. Might we discuss this later? There is something I must do first. Why does everyone insist on being so secretive? Well, I at least had a good reason for not wanting to explain my Nixie ritual. Shall we proceed in our other preparations then? As we saw, the warding scale can be effective at protecting the bearer from other sources of etheric corruption. Nevertheless, the talisman's durability will need to be improved if it is to withstand the void's influence for a prolonged length of time. And I think that is a problem we can address without involving the brilliant but busy alchemist who created it. Who do we know that excels at this kind of structural augmentation? Both of those. Both of these. But we know for sure this one is currently living. Excellent suggestion. As I recall, Sid himself is no stranger to the void and its volatile energies. With his experienced hand at the helm, I have every confidence the Ironworks can strengthen the warding scale. Come, let us visit their operation at Rogler's Reach and commission their best and brightest. You know, I never did finish up with the Omega stuff. I should probably do that. Whoa, shit. We're here at Rogler's Reach. Sorry, I was not prepared to be teleported at all. Truly not at all. This game very rarely teleports you. Oh, I went the wrong way. There we go. Delora, what brings you to the Ironworks? Oh, we have a commission for you and your president, actually. I'm assuming he's available. Master Sid? Certainly. I'll see if he has a moment free. Hey, Sid, you got visitors. Gets on the cell phone. You happen to know a Jack Garland? Oh, pleasure as always. So you have a job for us. Yeah, actually. Yeah, I remember what I was gonna fucking say. So remember how most of all of, Endwalker was developed during the pandemic? And, how there was like, oh yeah, how do we keep people from, you know, being tempered by primals? Oh, right! We could make, you know, a talisman or a vaccine of sorts. And now we're at that situation of like, you know, this is fine and all, but it doesn't seem to be working like purely. We need to better up this talisman. We need to like have a booster for this vaccine. So sorry. It's just a coincidence. Pure coincidence. Don't worry about it. Heading into the void to find a lost dragon? Sounds almost pedestrian compared to your last adventure. Honestly, I don't know if I could say anything that would surprise me after meeting on that bloody mess. Yeah, me neither. Life imitates art, imitates life. Alright, let's take a look at this talisman of yours. You said there were signs of degradation? Yeah. Here's a good one, here's a bad one. Seems much more a matter of corrosion than is set around the scratch on its surface. Much of the void's corruption seeped into Nero through his wounds. Which in case our best bet may be to simply prevent the scale from being damaged in the first place. And how might we achieve that? Well, we have a coating agent for strengthening trinkets and the like. You'd be wary of applying it any compound that might upset the scale's delicate alchemical balance. Far safer to dress it in armor. So, like, a cell phone case or some shit? Holy shit. We'll construct a protective casting, one utilizing metal alloys with high ethereal conductivity as not to impede the talisman's primary function. Oh, suit of armor, as you said. Dude, we're putting cell phone covers over our talismans. We're putting an otter box on our fucking talismans, thank you. I was trying to think of like a Falcon case company that's well known. Yeah, Otterbox. Nero has just compiled data on the 13th, so I'll have him pitch in with the design just to be sure. If only it weren't such an ordeal to convince him to follow our safety protocols. I swear I never had such a reckless employee. In any case, we may need some time to untangle the particulars. Hold on, I need to put my arm there. Understandable. We know how busy your schedule is, and the final result will doubtless be worth the wait. Huh. The hard part will be ducking Jessie and her constant barrage of demands while we sneak about doing the fun stuff. We'll see what we can do. I think we can leave the rest in Sid's capable hands. Let's return to the great work and see how Nidana is getting on with the Mach Atomos. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, teleport me here is fine, but teleport me to the great work? No! Spend 700 gil! Whew.
Hey, Stola. The adjustments are going well, I hope?
'Tis a lengthy process, but the end is in sight, yes.
That's wonderful news. I myself had some good fortune searching through the Satrap's private records. What I found was a transaction log dated around the same period as when Al-Zadal's legacy was built. It included a purchase list of highly exclusive alchemical components. And I knew I'd discovered the key to making the artificial atomos. I then visited the High Crucible to commission the materials. After I'd explained my requirements, I was beset by volunteers insisting I allow them to help with the entire project.
Nice.
The usual reaction to someone forcing open a void gate is to run for the hills. Harnish academics certainly are a different breed.
No kidding.
The alchemists of old were cut from a similar cloth. The unknown held no fear for them. Indeed, they were ever eager to seek new knowledge, regardless of the danger.
And were you not also fearless, heedless even, in your determination?
My sire entered his dormancy before I was hatched. And so it was Ashdaya who kept my eggs safe and warm. It created a bond between us. Even long after I learned to fend for myself, I rarely strayed from her side. She was my guardian, my sister, my dear companion. And not a single day passes that I do not mourn her absence. No matter how deep the darkness, I would not surrender my search. I promised myself the time would come when we would once more take to the skies together.
Hold on, answering text. All right.
But I am satrap now.
The Radiant Host is here to serve, Your Excellency.
Nabdeen, what is this about?
Sir Estinian told us of your predicament.
Hunter, you know you can't be up here. Yeah, I know. You. Zelda. I know. She's leaving. You're fine. Nope. You gotta be off then. He's not very happy about that other cat. Zelda, you be nice.
For centuries you have protected Rads at Han, never showing your true self. Hiding behind a curtain and living only in service to the people. Your dedication meant more to us than your deceit, and so did we accept you as our rightful ruler.
Hello, Vengeance. I'm Dad. Thank you for the host, Arkham. Yeah, I heard you, well, I read that you saw the new Batman. I also want to see that, because it came out on HBO Max, so we probably might watch that soon. Maybe tomorrow, depending on what's going on. Tomorrow. Probably more Saturday than tomorrow.
After all that you have sacrificed for this nation, did you imagine we would begrudge you your heart's desire?
Aww.
We survived the final days. We are a strong and proud people. We, The Radiant Host will keep Thavnair safe in your absence.
Aww. Found a way to make an old dragon cry.
I am grateful for your loyalty and for your encouragement. And yet,
Now you listen to me, Varshan.
Damn.
You are wearing that face, after all. As I have told you before, you are a little brother to us all. And if you are family, then so too is your sister. We are there for you if you need us. But do not ask us to sit by and watch while you abandon a sibling you have ached to rescue for millennia.
Movie is wild. The Batmobile is my favorite thing. Real? Oh yeah, I need to watch that specifically for that. There's like a whole scene involving that. Hmm.
We will succeed in opening the way. It is only a matter of time. All you need do is prepare to step through to the other side.
Aw. No, it's so nice that, like, now the whole entire country is like, hey, you, like, helped us be who we are. It's the least we can do. Hell yeah. Yeah!
Your Excellency, I wanted to thank you for building the orphanage. It means so much that my sister and I will have a place to be together, safe and happy. And I hope that you and your sister can be together again too.
Aww. Wink. You know, are you just gonna just sit there and wallow in uncertainty forever?
you're saying I should seize this chance.
Yeah, dude. You haven't gotten a better one since now. Probably not gonna
Take
get a
heart
better one
and
since then.
protect them well. Such were the words I once said to you, and here I stand failing to live up to them. If my heart is torn, I am fit to protect neither Ajdaya nor Radzathan. My people, I have come to a decision. Vashan will depart Thavnair for a time. My dragon self will remain in the palace, but only to conduct the satrap's most essential duties. While I am focused on controlling this vessel, there may be matters that escape my attention. I rely on you, my trusted friends, to watch over one another until I return.
Take care and fair fortune, little brother. Many tears would be shed should you come to harm.
I would not dare make you cry.
Aww. Pulling at my heartstrings already. We haven't even gotten that deep in. Man. Yeah, man. Talking elephants. Hell yes, dude. We're in, like, India. We're in kind of like a Middle Eastern sort of section of the world, essentially. South Asian, Middle East. You surprise me, Estinian. For a lone wolf, you sure have shown an unusual degree of, shall we say, involvement in helping Vitra reach this conclusion. It was for the greater good. The worm's thundering sighs were keeping his citizens awake at night, and had the travelers believing the place was racked by some unnatural storm. Oh my god. How much of your own answer then? You seem disinclined to venture into the void. When I was one with Nidhogg, his vengeful thoughts were my thoughts, his endless rage, my rage, and the soul-chilling grief he nursed for Ratskir's death. I would not wish such agony upon a foe, let alone a friend and ally. If there such is a chance we can spare Vitra that pain, then I will follow you. Any other former signs we ought to call upon? I don't know. I'd rather not bother our comrades with aught less than a dire threat to the star. We four should be sufficient for our purpose. Now, on to specifics. Unlike the first, where the flood of light had halted it before its devastation was complete, the 13th has been utterly subsumed by darkness. My plan as such is to explore the void in stages, withdrawing into safety after each brief foray. It would be more convenient that we had some manner of base camp near to the gate itself. One of the palace chambers should serve. Come, let's reconvene outside Megaluta. Good call. Into the void we go! No, no more treats. No more treats. Thank you. And so we will require suitable accommodations. Might we make something available for our guests? All the chambers are presently hosting a great mounds of treasure we carried from the vault. When the Foundation's activities began in earnest, however, we can redistribute the trove and make room or two ready for habitation. Good. Please inform me when you have completed the arrangements. As you heard, you'll be settled in Megaduta in due time. As ever, you are gracious, Your Excellency. You risk yourselves to aid me in my search for Azdaya. Proving comfortable quarters is the least I can do. I only wish we knew more about our destination. Gods only know how long our explorations might possibly take, or what our chances of success might only be. Succeed or fail, I am grateful to you for convincing me to make the attempt. On that note, I will return to the great work and lend what help I can to Nidana. If you have preparations to make ere we venture into the 13th, now is the time. All I need is my armor and my lance. Perhaps I'll train with the Radiant Host to pass the time before we depart. You know what this means to me, Zalora, but my purpose need not consume you as well. We are headed into another world. Find what joy you can in that experience, for you are a traveler, an adventurer at heart. This I know. Bad news, I was saying goodbye in the job and they told me they had to cut staff. Oh no. Oh no. Meanwhile, elsewhere, who knows? Could be somewhere. Sure does look like the void though. We get to see more of this. And chaos. No. No. Oh, okay, I was right. I didn't want to call it out right away because, you know, but... Oh, this is big cursed. Oh, this is big, big cursed. Oh, no.
And thus I am returned. To this world, bereft of saviors.
Are we going like big unknown, or are we going with like, nope, Xenos is back, baby? The paths unwalked, adventures spur, pulses quicken, and spirits stir. Oh, that's good. Good. 6.2. Let's fucking go. All right, cool. So we have more to do. I think, you know what? I think because we still need to do this. We still need to like fuss with this a little bit. I think the last time I tried to do that is like, it wasn't great because there wasn't a lot of people online at the time, or at least not doing this specifically. So maybe tomorrow might do that. Oh, you just, yeah, cat ears are blending in with the background. This is it's a headband from Moe Flavor. And it's part of a whole, like, set thing. Zelda's got 4 ears. Amazing. Zelda. Oh my god, it was very loud. Alright, fine. One more treat. Alright. So yeah, I might fuss with that a little bit on like a Saturday or a day that's like got population going on. So I can get that like done, because I know we haven't finished that story since last time I was here. Not that I have put any of that up on YouTube, sadly. It's one of the few things I didn't put on YouTube. Yeah, all right. So I'm gonna peace out tonight. It's a good opportunity to finally just go. But I will probably be back maybe the Saturday, just kind of get some stuff done. Because there are things to do. There are more things to do and get up on. I know, considering like part of the Komi cosplay for sure. Yeah. All right, guys. I will see you later. And in the meantime, we can raid somebody.